Tonight on DC News Now at 9, a Layton city mayor accused of stealing millions of dollars from the charter school network. We're live with the alarming allegations. Plus,
it's just so much risk over here. It's bad. You feel like in danger every day.
Fearing for their lives, a community rallies behind a cyclist, a wife and mom hit by a car on a busy stretch of road. The big wave, they're helping out. And later on, could a temporary change to Alexandria Nightlife be here to stay? We're live in Old Town with what the city could make permanent. Good evening, DC. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on DC News Now. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
Good evening. I'm Chris Flanagan. Well, certainly a rainy late afternoon all across the DMV. This video here from our Dave Laval, who has boots on the ground earlier in Prince George's County. You can see that the rain, it was just coming down pretty heavily there. Yeah, and because of the rain, hundreds of flights were grounded at BWI, Reagan International, and Dulles. Now, Reagan Airport led the way with delays and cancellations. 13% of flights were called off, and another 10% were delayed, according to FlightAware. And tracking the weather for the rest of the night is Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb. Yeah, Janessa, it's cooled off quite a bit already.
We're actually still seeing humidity levels pretty high out there, and that's going to continue to taper down as we go into tomorrow. Still have that wall of humidity in place and a few lingering storms because the cold front, it has not crossed the area just yet, but the bulk of that squall line has shifted more into Delaware right now, and so no severe weather threat for the rest of your evening into your overnight hours. That's the wonderful news. On top of that, folks, we are not going to see a good amount of moisture for at least the next 7 to 8 days across the district. So right now, on our satellite composite radar, just south of 66, isolated showers that continue to dissipate as they track more to the east. Now, temperatures, they have cooled off due to the rain that's stretching all the way into Maine down to Texas. Looking at this strong Canadian cold front, I have tracked 16 states that it will be impacting across the East Coast. So all of that heat and humidity, it wasn't just us across the DMV, it extended all the way from New York City down to the district, and that will be substantially cut in half by tomorrow morning. So as we go into your Wednesday, look at the temperature contrast from this afternoon to tomorrow. We are talking about 15 to 20 degree difference in our daytime highs tomorrow afternoon into Thursday, Friday as well. And then the heat and humidity, it does start to spark back up as we go into your Labor Day weekend. We'll talk about that forecast coming up.
Janessa, thank you. And shots fired at a busy Georgetown Wawa, giving customers and neighbors a big scare tonight. Luckily, no one was hurt. Video shows crime tape up at the store on Wisconsin Avenue Northwest. Reports of shots came just after 5 o'clock this evening. One person was taken into custody, and police say the bullet didn't hit anyone and there's no threat to the public.
And new details tonight on a deadly construction accident in Alexandria. Police now say a construction worker fell off the roof of a multi-story building. This was at the intersection of Mill Road and Dock Lane. That man later died at the hospital. His name is being held until family is notified.
And new details tonight. The feds say the late mayor of Heightsville stole more than $2 million before he took his own life back in January.
Well, that money was intended to help students at a D.C. charter school. Dave Laval joins us from Northeast tonight with this brand new information. And Dave, Kevin Ward is in charge of technology for that charter school.
Yeah, Chris and Tasmin, the campus where we are right now is part of KIPP DC, one of the largest charter school districts or charter school systems in the district. A new federal complaint claims the former mayor of Heightsville, who worked for KIPP DC, did not use the money for students, but rather himself. Kevin Ward served as the Senior Director of Technology at KIPP DC up until about a year ago. Part of his job, according to the complaint, involved purchasing such things as computers and other related products. But the complaint claims Ward diverted the money to himself so he could buy such things as sports memorabilia and cars. Tom Clark is KIPP DC's Chief Advancement Officer, and he's shocked by what happened. But Clark assured parents and students steps have been taken to avoid similar problems in the future.
by closing many gaps in our existing systems and making organizational design changes, implementing new policies and systems, really just to make sure that our students and our families are receiving the services and the equipment that they require and that we've promised them.
Clark added insurance covered about $1 million of that loss, while federal prosecutors seized about another $800,000 in forfeited assets. KIPP DC hopes prosecutors will be able to recover the rest of the money. Live in Northeast, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Dave, thank you. In less than a week after a cyclist was killed in Montgomery County, the community is rallying behind her family in a big way, donating thousands of dollars for safety improvements. Reporter Marielle Carbone is live on River Road where the crash happened. Marielle, Sarah Langenkamp was in the bike lane when she was killed.
That's right, and you can see the bike lane right here. It is not protected, despite River Road being a very busy roadway for cars. Now, a cyclist out here that I spoke to earlier today tells me that he feels like this is unsafe. So does the husband of that woman who now wants to see some change out here.
It's just so much risk over here. It's bad. If you feel like in danger every day.
And Tuesday was no different for Hamza Bazwi, who was riding his bike down River Road in Bethesda, right past the area where a cyclist was hit and killed last week.
It's not safe at all. The speed limit is 35, but nobody enforced that. Nobody cared about that.
Montgomery County police say 42-year-old Sarah Langenkamp was riding her bike in this marked bike lane on Thursday when a truck turning right into a business hit and killed her. A mother of two, Langenkamp was a U.S. diplomat who just moved to the area after being evacuated from Ukraine. Her husband, Daniel, is now trying to turn that tragedy into something meaningful. He launched this GoFundMe, hoping to raise $50,000, which he says will be used to advocate for safer bike routes, including on River Road. As of 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday, it's raised more than $133,000. Daniel writes, "I am doing this because I'm furious about Sarah's death. Such bike lanes lacking proper barriers, truck auto driver education, laws and law enforcement are only death traps, luring innocent victims like Sarah towards them."
They need to have harder consequences.
Langenkamp is the second State Department worker killed on their bike this summer. Sean O'Donnell was hit and killed in D.C. in July. Her mother spoke to us then, calling for stricter punishments for drivers.
Don't have anybody else suffer like I'm suffering, but more importantly, have someone's life stolen from them.
It's not about like, oh, this is a bike or a car, but this is everybody's life. Everybody's biking right now.
And Daniel says he is committed to increasing bicyclist safety so that his wife's needless death will not be in vain. To do that, he wants to raise more awareness about this, increase driver education, and government advocacy. Reporting live in Bethesda tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. Meanwhile, a remarkable recovery tonight. Washington Commanders running back Brian Robinson out of the hospital and back with the team after being shot Sunday night in D.C. The rookie was released from the hospital today. The reunion, nothing short of emotional for his fellow teammates and coaches. Take a look.
What's up, baby? What's going on, man? I appreciate that. So you got my text. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'll let you boys know.
Well, police are still searching for the two teenagers believed to have shot Robinson. Officers say they tried to rob the player, then got into a blue sedan and drove off. Those are pictures of them there. Meanwhile, all new tonight, a temporary change to nightlife near the waterfront in Old Town Alexandria could soon become permanent.
Yeah, Northern Virginia reporter Max Marcilla joins us live from Old Town. And Max, the city's considering extending which streets would be pedestrian only.
That's right. Right now, the city is asking for people from frequent walkers to business owners if they would support turning this street into a pedestrian-only area permanently. Right now, we're right by the waterfront in between Strand and Union. Tonight, we were out here just talking to people, business owners and walkers, wanted to see what they thought, and honestly, they were pretty supportive of the proposal. It may not look like it after this soggy day, but restaurant owners tell us they think making this part of King Street pedestrian only could help business. While many dined inside on Tuesday night, people we spoke with believe the change could ultimately help these tables fill up safely.
It's a wonderful place to walk around.
Linda Warren walks these streets often with her family. She hopes the change happens to help the restaurant industry just emerging from COVID.
Anything that helps traffic and business for the restaurant owners is wonderful.
One restaurant manager tells us he supports the change but wants to ensure there's a plan to make traffic on neighboring streets safer. Meanwhile, a glimpse of what nights near the water could look like if this change is permanent. Musician Rich Grant thinks car-free streets can help people come for selfies and even some dancing.
When the vehicles come, it kind of makes it more dangerous for everyone. Everyone is in much better spirits when they feel safe.
He's hopeful the city can follow the lead of other cities and counties in the DMV, places in which he's played because of their openness.
Just a better time for families and just for everybody.
All right, so we mentioned the city wants to hear from you. There's an easy way to do that. They have put out a form with some questions and answers, multiple choice, open-ended, just like back in grade school. They want to hear from you about this proposal. So coming up on your DC News Now at 10, we'll tell you how you can find that link and some of the things it wants to know from you as it considers this change. Reporting live from Alexandria, Max Marcella, DC News Now.